Hello guys and welcome to the 4th episode of Syberia 1. In the last episode we managed to get into the factory buildings and then we got around to the maze. Let's see what we can do in the maze. Okay. Seems a bit broken. Can we go in here? I guess so. Check out the closed gate first.
No point. It's locked.
It's locked, of course it is. Then we'll head to the open gate. It's a key. I guess we can use that on this gate.
No point. It's locked.
Not. No. We'll go back there. And we'll go over here again. Anything we can do over here? Oh wait, was that the key to the machine thingy? Anything else we can go? No. Okay. Let's see if we can use this. Looks like it will fit. Breaking and entering. Always a good way to start a game. Ooh. All kinds of neat stuff. What's in here? Anna. Yesterday something terrible happened. I do not know who to turn to, who to talk to, so I decided to write it down. You, dear diary, are now my confidant and sole guardian of my secret thoughts. Hans lies in the next room, teetering between life and death. I am terrified of injustice for Mama than Hans. Please, dear Lord, don't take my little brother away. That's Hans, okay. Keep this secret, but it's a burden too heavy, I know. Discovered a cave in the mountains, a marvelous cavern, ancient paintings on the wall. Only prehistoric men could have painted them. Because there were depictions of mammoths, which are prehistoric creatures as well. That much I know. I hate mammoths now. It's all because of them and because of that stupid prehistoric children's toy. Why, Hans? Oh, why did you try and take it? And why did I let you climb up there? It's my fault you're in a coma now. Hans, if you die, I do not know how I could ever forgive myself. Hans is still regaining consciousness. Father cannot sleep, and Gertrude cries all day long. Outside, it's suffocating, but inside out it's icy cold and this small. I still have hope, though. I know my brother. I know his strength. He will pull through. He will never give up. I cannot think of anything else but Hans and her sleeping dreams. see his head hitting the rock and his oh-so-pale face softening. I've taken an attic, the only place where I can find any peace wrapped up in all my memories. 5 days have passed since the accident and Hans has still not opened his eyes. To see him like this is unbearable. Please God, protect him. Take my life, not his. I feel so desperate, so alone. I want to snuggle up in father's arms, but I dare not. He's just so impassive. Oh Hans, don't leave me here. It has happened. Hans has come back to life. He opened his eyes and uttered my name. My name! Do you realize this is the happiest day of my life? I want to take to the streets and sing, to proclaim my joy to the world. Thank you, oh thank you, God. How wonderful, how beautiful. Giggles, honey wolf down his meal today. Even father smiled at me today when he said good morning. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I'm totally absorbed in Hans' recovery. I've scarcely 5 minutes to myself to return to my refuge and scribble down these words. Very curious whether Hans is hungry, thirsty, or if he wants something. He cannot stop saying my name. He can bear it when I leave him, even for an instant. Gertrude thinks that I should move my bed into his room to help him sleep better. I hope the father will agree. Today was the first day that Hans has left the house. We went for a short walk in the garden, but Hans is still very weak. The doctor said we should be patient and shouldn't rush him. It is so hard though. I hope so much that life can return to how it once was. Oh jeez, this is a long book. I've been out of a coma for a month now. He still doesn't say much and has difficulty moving. He sits motionless for long periods of time, his eyes wide open as though lost in thought. I have often had to call his name several times before he reacts. Then he will smile, and when he does, the moment it's magic for me. And I couldn't possibly be happier. I had to talk to him. The burden was too great. I asked Hans about the accident in the cave to find out what he could remember. He could utter only one word, mammoth, and his eyes glowed so strangely when he said it that he frightened me. I go back to school today, and for the first time in my life I am dreading it. I am afraid of leaving Hans alone. Despite Gertrude's kindness and attention, I have the impression that Hans is much less nervous when I'm there. While I was doing my homework yesterday evening, Hans crept up on me so quietly that he made me jump. He took a pencil and a blank sheet of paper, and curiously he started drawing. It is the first time since his accident he has done anything but daydream. Oh jeez, even more! Hans scribbles almost obsessively. It is all he will do all day long. I feel it annoys father. Nobody else understands, but I can see that Hans is trying to draw mammoths. Today is my birthday and Gertrude has made me an apple pie, my favorite. But father has not returned home for lunch and Hans doesn't want to leave his room. The best present I could ever have is to see Hans back on the way to recovery. Snow is falling, it is beautiful. The doctor visited to examine Hans. He seems happy that my little brother has fully recovered his faculties. It truly is a miracle. I don't understand why he doesn't talk more, though. Why isn't he livelier, like he was before? It is Hans's birthday. Wow, that's close to each other. November 16th and February 9th. Well, it's not a daily vlog, I can see that. It's Hans's birthday today. He's 11 years old. I have the strangest of impressions that actually has lost 5 years rather than gained one more. The doctor's just left. I saw him whispering with father. The serious expression was me at the age of 15 you can understand everything. I am too scared to ask father what is happening. I have been thinking, and it seems to me that Hans' attitude isn't normal. The shock of the fall and his coma must have had much more serious effects than we first imagined. Hans, my dear brother, what is happening to you? I have discovered the truth. Hans is stunned, physically and mentally. I have eavesdropped a conversation between the doctor, father, and Gertrude. Gertrude buried her tears. Her tear-filled eyes in her apron, and father muttered the words retard under his breath. How could he say such a thing? It is Easter and we're on school holidays. This means I can spend all day with Hans and protect him from father's permanent dark moods. He cannot accept the fact that Hans, his only son, will stay in this state forever. It is truly difficult to accept, but it is not Hans's fault. Mine maybe, but not Hans's. I don't know how to make father understand. He seems full of hatred for him. It is dreadful. I feel so powerless. Damn, the father sounds like an asshole. 1 year has gone by and it feels like an eternity. The situation shows no signs of improvement, neither in terms of Hans's mental health or father's attitude towards him. Extraordinary. Father has decided to take Hans to Paris for new tests. He says that only in the French capital will he find truly competent doctors. We must make Hans ready for the great expedition. No news from father and Hans, but I remain hopeful. I am sure they will take good care of my little brother. They have returned. Hans rushed into my arms and started crying. It took me a long time to calm him down and get him to sleep. Father is still as taciturn as he was before he left. The French doctors have confirmed the diagnosis. Hans will remain physically and mentally impaired. I am stunned. Summer is coming to a close. It has been less stifling than the last. The sun has put color in Hans's cheeks. When I look at him, I have difficulty imagining that he will not change. Father still says nothing and increasingly shuts himself away in his office at the factory. Truth tells me that love and faith triumph over any science I lack neither. God be praised. Father took Hans to the factory this morning. Hans was so afraid that I accompanied him. Fortunately, father said nothing. I fail to understand why he insisted on bringing him there. Father left for the factory with Hans once again this morning. I think he wants to persuade Hans that he could be useful for something. It is his way of resisting fate. For a month now, every morning Hans has gone to work with father at the factory. I'm not exactly sure what he does there, but he seems to enjoy it. I feel my brother's behavior has changed considerably. He is much less capricious. I could cry. Hans has made me a present, a small robot mammoth with a trunk that rises and falls. When father saw it, he nodded his head in satisfaction. Both Gertrude and father now have their own robot mammoth. Theirs are even more intricate and finely turned. Little brother is not such a retard after all. Hans's mammoth now walks, raise their trunks and wag their tails. It's incredible. I met the head of the factory workshop, Mr. Grips, this morning. He says that for a young lad of 12, Hans is very gifted. It's a shame he only makes elephants. Father and Hans were locked in a long discussion yesterday, or should I say Hans was locked in one of father's long monologues. As it is inconceivable that Hans should go to school like other children, father wants to take him on as a worker at the factory. However, Hans will have to stop making his own little devices and silence his half-gaping mouth. Staring eyes finally sent father off in a rage. I tried to broach the subject with Hans. I suggested he should obey father. Learning a craft at the factory is his one chance to do something constructive with his life. He is so gifted and takes so much pleasure in making automatons. He did look like he wasn't listening to me, but I know he'll think about what I said. It's not that Hans cannot speak, it's rather that he doesn't want to speak. He uses the least possible words for communication, except with me, but he is still very economical with words. Incredible! Hans was not just satisfied with learning how the assembly line works, instead he has completely redesigned it. Father and Monsieur Grips are taking a serious look at his plans. Father has wanted to talk to me about my future since I passed my exams. He wants to send me to university because he says my intelligence is astounding. My heart was beating so loud. It is true, I do love studying, but I couldn't bear to be away from Hans. What a ghastly summer. I have been permanently torn between my desire to go to university and my refusal to leave my brother. I talked about it with Hans, but he said nothing. That same evening, I found my own little moment broken. Hans had another fit of hysterics at dinner again. Father announced that Hans' new assembly line would soon be finished. However, they have removed the automaton parrots that shout orders as they were deemed superfluous. Hans was livid. He hurled his soup dish to the ground and stormed off to his bedroom. What will happen between the both of them when I'm not here? Despite my scruples, I'm finally leaving. Hans has not talked to me for a week. Father would not understand if I told him why I wanted to stay. My heart is so heavy. It is strange. It is so strange to be home. I had never left home for such a long time before. Once we were alone, Hans did not stop talking. Words just leaped from his mouth. How we laughed at his excitement. He presented me with a delightful little ballerina to replace the mammoth, he told me. I was so touched that I started crying. Distance has done nothing to harm the strong bond between us. Ah. It is strange to pick up this diary once more. At first, my impulse was to tear it up, but I resisted and instead succumbed to my second desire. Which was to write for a while. I am alone in my attic once more. I have been home for 2 months now, and after a summer spent living with the intense joy of being reunited with my brother, Hans has returned to the factory. Father has aged so, and Gertrude's arthritis causes her terrible pain. All in all, these last 4 years have been kind to Father and Hans. Their relationship is less tense. They still do not exchange much conversation, but they now have a thing in common, the factory. I'm even beginning to feel a bit jealous. Silly, really. Hans hasn't changed. To help Gertrude, he had designed a totally automated kitchen, and Gertrude can't stop moaning at the wooden puppets. Oh how I adore them. Jesus, how long is this thing? I went to go and see Father and Hans at work. I hadn't been to the factory for ages. It is strange how much it has changed. Very curious to see him. Factory's working well. Keep coming in. Okay, guys, if you want to read this, please just pause the video here. Hans never ceases to surprise me. Beautiful Christmas of my whole life. Hans can't see me better from yesterday. Terrible and still at ease. Hans wants to leave. I thought that he wanted to leave because of fire. No, it's because of mammoths. He wants to go tracking mammoths. Okay. I was so selfish the other evening. I returned to talk to Hans, asking gently suspicion. Despite my profound sadness and despair, I must help him. Help Hans fulfill the destiny he has chosen. The worst was worse than my fears. Father's anger was terrifying. Shut Hans away in his workshop. All the factory and all the visits except for Gertrude who feeds him. Father has decided Hans should remain locked up. What? Jeez. Damn. As soon as Gertrude I hasten to get news of my little brother, he doesn't say anything. He just fiddles with bits and pieces. He replies every day with a sigh. I have tried to... Hans 18 years old today, and he is all on his own for his birthday. The secret Gertrude delivered to me, a small robot from Hans, is a robot of us children. It works with a small cylinder punched with tiny holes. I never emotional learned the key. The message it gave was simple. He was telling me he loved me very, very much. Small, different tiny cylinder. My days are spent. He has now resolved to run away. He is preparing his escape like if it was a game. Hans has disappeared. Okay. It's beginning of dawn. Hans is gone. I miss him so much. Hans gone. Father now locks himself away. Good. Serves him well. I caught Father in the drawing room installing a coffin on a vessel. Sight of it made my blood freeze. What on earth is he up to? Behind closed curtains, drawing room with a coffin surrounded by huge candles has become a virtual funeral chamber. This is ghastly. I have just understood what Father is up to this morning. The priest came to pray before the coffin and I finally caught on. Father is in mourning for the death of Hans. Father made the priest believe that his son was dead. How could he do such a thing? In the madness occasioned by his grief, my father grows ever more cold and calculating. He contacted his old friend Dr. Schmoll, who duly drew up a bona fide death certificate without even seeing the body. I dare not imagine what a yarn he spun. Hans' funeral will be officially held next Sunday. Father strictly forbade me to attend. This sordid masquerade makes me feel ill, but I cannot. And also will display my father's mental instability to the world. The shame would kill him. That much is certain. Well, that would do him well. If he killed himself, that would do him well. I have to get away, far from here, far away. No, I will not leave. I have thought long and hard. My life is here next to my father. No, I shall not leave. My destiny is to remain here and keep watch. So, Father is a big douche. Hans is not really dead. And that's it. Damn, the diary took up almost the entire episode. Well, I'm sorry I skipped through most of that, guys. If you want to read it for yourself, please pause the game and do so. Is just the way back? Yeah, it is. Okay. Then we'll go over here. What's this? What's this? Can we turn on the light? What's that? What's that? Where are you?
Mamas. You draw mamas for Momo?
It's Momo.
It's you. You scared me. What are you doing in here?
Momo want mama's picture, like Hans' picture.
Sorry, I haven't got a picture of a mammoth with me.
Take paper and pencil and draw mamas for Momo.
You don't give up easily, do you?
Okay, so now what?
What's going to happen to you now that Anna is gone?
Momo big now. They want Momo live at inn. Momo don't want. Momo take care of Momo.
From what I've seen, you look pretty resourceful. You're a sweet kid, Momo, but I can't draw, least of all mammoths.
Draw mammoth easy. Hans draw mammoth. Anna draw mammoth. Kate too.
I mean, maybe I could do a quick squiggle of a box, say, that has a mammoth inside.
No, Momo want a real mammoth.
My goodness, you are one stubborn boy. You remember me, don't you? I'm Kate.
Draw mammoth for Momo, please.
You must find me a bit rude turning up places uninvited where nobody knows who I am. See, it's kind of my job, you know, to get involved. But don't mind me. Just carry on with what you're doing.
Momo not mind. Anna kind. Never angry.
That's right. She won't be angry. Not now. Do you know if Anna came here often with Hans?
Momo want mama's picture. Like Hans' picture.
There's something I'm looking for, but I don't quite know what. I need a clue, anything that might tell me where Hans is. You want to help me, don't you?
First, you draw mammoth for Momo.
Okay,
And if I
I'll
help
draw
you,
your
you
freaking
help me,
mammoth.
right?
Jesus
Momo
Christ.
know Kate is kind. Kate draw mammoth for Momo. Then Momo tell Kate secret.
You've got a secret?
First, draw mammoth for Momo.
Momo, I've got to go now. But see you later, maybe.
Okay, so, pencil and paper. Can we do anything with the pencil and paper? Is there anything here we can do? Let's just go back. Give me the hammer. Oh, okay. I thought it was giving me the hammer. I could have used the hammer. There's something that looks like a mammoth in here. Can we use the desk to draw? Doesn't look like it. Okay, how do we draw? Ink bottle. I'll take... Jesus, how do we do this? Well guys, I think we will find this out in the next episode. I have to stop now because it's almost been half an hour. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.